Welcome to the Prime Real Estate Network channel on YouTube. I'm your host, Mr. Prime Real Estate, Ric Davis.
And I'm your host, the Texas Real Estate King, LarryWBrooks.
Every week, the King and I will provide you exclusive access to our network of lenders, investors, and real estate professionals from both the commercial and residential real estate sectors.
Now, are you millionaire minded? Or maybe you're a millionaire in the making. Make sure that you subscribe so you can get connected to the network. And always remember, the Prime Real Estate Network, where millionaires are in the making.
Create wealth for generations.
What's up, Prime Real Estate Network listeners? It's your man, LarryWBrooks, a.k.a. the Texas Real Estate King. Hey, when you get a moment, go ahead and go over to shoplwb.com. You can see the Pure Hustle merchandise that we had over there, some of our newer items that we have in stock, and of course, I got all the books that I've authored. I'd love for your support. You have a great day.
Good day. Welcome to the Prime Real Estate Network Live. I'm your host, Ric Davis. If you don't follow me on social media, I invite you to do so at Prime Real Estate Ric. If you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in residential or commercial real estate anywhere in the great state of Texas, but especially here in our lovely city of Houston, you can reach me directly on Instagram at Prime Real Estate Ric. As always, it's an honor and a pleasure to be here with you this week, and we're really excited about this week's show and the exciting guests that we have here to share with you this week. Big, huge shout out to everybody that's checking us out live on YouTube, Facebook. Man, get involved in today's show. Leave myself or the Texas Real Estate King a relevant real estate question in the comments section, and you never know, we may very well be able to get your question answered on today's show. I want to take a little time, man, now to introduce my co-host. He is not only a highly successful real estate broker, he's a multi-time author, serial entrepreneur, the proud proprietor of the Pure Hustle clothing brand. I want to thank him so much for sitting in with us, coming live from a chilly Houston, Texas. I want to introduce the audience to the Texas Real Estate King, Mr. LarryWBrooks. What's going on?
What up, what up, what up, Rick? Man, you all right. It is definitely chilly in the H-time. And for those that know me, they realize that I'm a person that don't mind sweating, but the cold air, man, I can never get comfortable with it, man. I don't like layering up, you know?
Hey, look, man, it's January. It's cold outside, man. So I know on Thursday you could be somewhere warmer than it is in the city today. So consider that you streaming with us live from the Brooks and Davis Education and Training Center at 2600 South Loop West, man. I want to welcome you to the building, man. Welcome you to the cold weather, man. The H-Town City, man. It's winter wonderland. So look, this is my first question, Larry. We're in January. You know, it's the first quarter. It's really busy. We have a really important date coming up on the Brooks and Davis real estate firm calendar coming up next Friday, January 17th. Have a really important celebration coming up.
Yeah.
You know, can you share a little bit about the significance of January 17th, what we celebrating and why it's such a milestone occasion for Brooks and Davis?
Definitely, man. So, first off, I want to give this past weekend was the Noop's birthday or Noop's Founders Day. J5, I want to give a shout out to all the brothers that was in the city that was around the world just celebrating life, celebrating, you know, just a wonderful frat and stuff like that, man. So had an opportunity to hang out with you, Mike Love, you know, my LBs, man, appreciate it. For those that LBs that could make it, man, listen, y'all were missed and y'all was celebrated while y'all wasn't, you know, hanging out here too. RP to my roommate and line brother, Big Rob too. So
absolutely, man.
But yeah, man, we getting ready to rock it. We getting ready to rock and roll and get into this, the season where Brooks and Davis gets to celebrate our many years of success. And believe it or not, I want to say, I believe yesterday actually was the official 17 years that myself and Mike have been rocking and rolling and building out this brand and just touching the lives and changing lives of different people in this industry. So next Friday, as you stated, we get a chance to celebrate that in full. You know, we invite the city out, we invite other realtors, we invite past clients out. We eat good, we drink good, and we give out awards. Man, it's just really a fun festival. So it's an open invitation to anyone in the city, any other realtors, any brokers, any mortgage company, lenders. It's like a whole networking / family event, man. So everyone come out. No kids are invited. We do have a good time. Let me say that. No kids are invited, but definitely if you want to come out and just kind of celebrate with us, man, it's always a good time.
I know, and this isn't a hollow invitation, man. If you haven't had the opportunity to attend the Brooks and Davis holiday anniversary functions, man, it's a vibe. So if you hear our voice, if you're in the audience, if you're in the city, if you're in the real estate sphere in any way, man, please step out, get with us, check us out. Larry will be sharing it on social media. You can check it out at the Brooks and Davis Instagram page to stay as far as on top of everything that's going on. Hey, man, look. You know, it's we're in January, it's tax season. You know, 1099s, all those type of things coming out is where a lot of business owners, entrepreneurs tend to organize finances from the previous year, tend to get things set up for the year coming forward. And that just brings us into the expertise of this week's guest. So could you speak a little bit about this week's guest, how you were initially introduced, and how you were able to gain her commitment to sit in with us this week?
Yeah, man. This week's guest is one of the oldest, an ultimate entrepreneur, man. She is not only amazing when it comes to tax prep and putting together an organization to make sure other people are successful in this tax game, but she's built out a bunch of other brands, man. And so I've had the tutelage and the ability to know her since we were younger. She actually went to high school, Jesse H. Jones, you know what I'm saying? So Falcons in the building. And so to have her be a part of the brokerage firm as a licensed realtor doing her thing, and then also being able to call her a friend, it was a very, very easy ask to get her on the show today. So I'm excited to have her here to share a vision. I'm glad we got her here in the first part of the year as they're starting to get tax stuff rolling out. So she'll be able to give a few gems and some knowledge to some of those people that are looking to get their 1099s out there, or maybe there's some new tax codes that have came out that she'll be able to drop some gems on. But happy to have her here, man. And yeah.
Hey, look, man. And I want to make sure I take some time. If you're in the audience, man, congratulations for tapping in on today's episode. Like, share, subscribe, let everyone know. Because if you or anyone you know want to truly learn how to take advantage of tax season, today's episode is for you. Without any further delay, I'd like to introduce this week's guest. As Larry's mentioned, she's not only one of Houston's foremost tax experts, but she is also a serial entrepreneur. I'd like to thank her so much for sitting in on the Prime Real Estate Network Live. And I'd like to introduce the owner of the Refund Center, Ms. Rhodeshia Hopkins-Turner. Excuse me.
Hi.
What are you?
How y'all doing? Thank y'all for having me.
Hey, thank you so much, Ms. Turner. I appreciate you for sitting in. Of course, we love your background, the money never sleeps side. It's so funny. See, Larry and I are always fans of movies, especially those that have business-related subject matter, where they have those type of monikers, money never sleeps, that type of motivation. So first thing, for the members of our audience, Rhoda, is meeting you for the first time, introduce yourself, talk a little bit about the Refund Center and what motivates you as a businesswoman and entrepreneur.
I am Rhodeshia Hopkins-Turner. I am the owner of the Refund Center. I have been a tax preparer for 27 years this year.
Wow.
So I've been doing it for a long time. That's kind of what separates me from the rest of the people. I always study every year and make sure I'm up to date with all the codes, all the changes. My aunt actually retired from the IRS, so that gives me a one leg up. So, anytime I want to ask that really deep internal questions, I can go to her. But I'm also a real estate agent. I started with Brooks and Davis, so been, in that thing in the early 2000s. So they have been great mentors to me, and I'm so grateful. I don't think anybody in Houston really has any good knowledge about real estate if they haven't been an agent at Brooks and Davis.
Come on, man.
They
Keep going.
Give you the really good deep knowledge. I learned a lot about even investors, even how to deal with investors. And since I am an investor myself, that was really good knowledge. So I can speak to the investors that really don't want a real estate agent, and I know how to deal with them. So that also gives me a good insight about being a tax preparer, because I can say, hey, it's tax time, baby. Let me do your taxes, and let me give you some information on how to buy a house, and you can use me as a realtor, and I can help you get your dream home as well. Or I can help you with investments. I'm also an investment consultant, because at the heart of it, I really love to be a mentor. You know, meeting with these guys at Brooks and Davis, and becoming a real estate agent, and just seeing how their mentors just bled out my bleeding heart to be a mentor. And so I've mentored others into opening their own business, and I do a lot of business consulting. Hey, if you know me, you call me and you need a plan, we're going to talk about what your dream is, and I'm going to bring it out of you, and I'm going to help you with a business plan. So that's who Rhodeshia Hopkins-Turner is. So when you come to me to get your taxes done, you get all that. So you say, hey, I need a business plan. I got this money coming, and we're going to sit down and talk about it. So,
You know, one of the things that I was so impressed with when I was doing my homework as far as you, your brand, and some of the evolution of your brand is that one of the things that Larry and I talk about on the show is our passion for educating the public. How we use our real estate license, our real estate knowledge to go out and allow those who want to invest in real estate to create generational wealth. One of the great things that I've learned from researching you and your brand is that you have that same passion. What also is educating people about the advantages that they can take during tax season, or how to best use the money that they earn and how it can help to build generational wealth from that standpoint. So can you talk a little bit about your clients when they come to you for tax preparation, some of the things that you have to educate your clients on, and some of the things that just people like myself who aren't in the actual industry may not know to take advantage of from that standpoint?
okay, I can give you three things. But first, when anyone comes to me to get their taxes done, I let them know that the money that we are receiving nowadays, it's an opportunity, right? It's not, may not be for a lifetime. Okay, if you are carrying children, you have these W-2s, if you are able to work, if you're getting 10,000 back, 9,000, even 6,000, these are opportunities, right? So you need to take advantage of this opportunity while you have it. It doesn't always, you may not always have it. So let's take advantage of this opportunity right now. Also, I like to encourage, give people information on home buying, because a lot of us are scared. They might be sitting on a 780 or a 800 credit score, and just like, I need to get myself prepared. I'm not ready. Okay, well, let's talk about it. What are you not ready? What's scaring you? Let's get you there. So I just like to be able to open the conversation so that they can come back to me and ask me questions, so that when they are ready, they'll be ready for home ownership. The prices are skyrocketing for rent. So I just want to open that conversation. Even if we have that conversation for 5 years and you're ready in 5 years, I want to be able to get you there. It's so many things that you can take advantage of when it comes to doing your taxes. I like to tell customers about the 1031 exchange. So if you want to buy a home, okay, but you already have a home, and you want to sell that home, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna have to pay all these taxes when I sell that home. Well, guess what? You can do a 1031 exchange and use that money that you sold that home to buy another home, and to avoid those taxes. So that can help you. It's an investment. It's a good tax strategy, and it's good for home ownership as well.
That's a good way of carrying over wealth too. So definitely, those of you that are just now hearing about this 1031 exchange, you're still not aware of how it works, make sure that you tap in with Ro and you get a better understanding of it. I do see a lot of like-minded business people doing it, people that are, gotten to a place where they're financially secure and they don't want to continue to pay heavy taxes. They use that 1031 exchange all the time. So definitely a resource to tap into.
Ro, one of the great things about having you on the show this week is because, offline, Larry has always spoken to me about how different business owners and entrepreneurs take advantage of tax season from a corporation standpoint, from a business building standpoint. Could you just speak to how you mentor other entrepreneurs and business owners on how tax preparation can be a wealth generator from a business standpoint? It can be something for those entrepreneurs that are looking for something that's lucrative and seasonal that makes sense for them from that perspective.
Well, I would like to say, like my mom used to tell me, 2 things I have to do, 3 things I have to do. Stay true to the Lord, stay black, and pay my taxes, right? So taxes are gonna be around. Taxes were around before we were here, and taxes are gonna still be. Uncle Sam is still gonna be collecting when we're gone, right? So it's one of the oldest professions. Something that I still see 80-year-olds do. You know, it keeps your mind sharp. And when customers come to you and you seek that information for taxes and you really get to know what you're talking about, they stay with you. The loyalty in the tax season is really deep. The customers are really loyal to you, and I have customers that have been coming to me for over 20 years. And so I like to educate the people that come to me all the time. Bro, teach me taxes. And I tell them, hey, it's going to take me 3 years to get you to be good.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna learn, and you're gonna know what you're doing in the first year, but in the 3rd year, you're gonna be able to step out and be, expert. I did that with Ephraim Patton. He was a very successful in taxes. I brought him in. He didn't know anything about taxes, and he made over 80, over 100,000 a year in taxes. I did that with your own Mr. LarryWBrooks.
Yeah.
And he made money in taxes.
We made a whole lot of money in taxes those seasons that we supported. Yes, indeed.
Yes. So I'm still grooming entrepreneurs that want to learn more in the tax. I have them with me. Now I just keep them with me, and I say, hey, let's go for 3 years. After that, you're going to be a beast. Trust me. And then I allow them I set them up for their own, and I'm their service bureau, and they do their taxes, and I get a little cut, obviously, but they can come to me for mentorship anytime that they say, hey, I'm stuck. Can you look at this return for me? I'm here. So it's taxes is very lucrative. It's only 4 to 5 months out of the year, but you can make more than you make all year. In that 3 month window, you definitely right.
Just to add to that, man, EP, which is Ephraim, like you said, man, he has definitely took the tutelage from you and knocked it out the ballpark, man. So you definitely have a wisdom behind you. But, when you think about 20-some plus years, man, that is an expert that's in the same field of study. So it's no doubt. And like I said, you gave us a lot of gems as we was building out. And we actually grew. We had several offices before myself and Mike decided to get out of it. So we did learn a lot and, picked up a lot of gems from it too. So what you say, Rick?
No, and Ro, and I thank you so much. And what makes this so relevant, A, you have a background in real estate. B, obviously we're in that season where this is top of mind for every member of our audience. But when I introduced you to our audience, I described you as a serial entrepreneur. And I think we would be remiss if we didn't talk about the other businesses, other organizations that you lead that are under your professional umbrella. So for those who aren't experts, as far as all the other companies that you own, could you just share with our audience some of the other interests that you have from a business standpoint?
Well, I am a tax preparer and I own the Refund Center. I am a realtor and I'm an agent at Brooks & Davis. Okay. I'm also an investor. So I'm working right now with a duplex that's being built from the ground up because I am looking to be a future neighborhood and community developer. Okay. I also own a winery. I'm an alcohol and wine manufacturer with Royalty Beverages.
Yeah, we saw that logo. That's what we're trying to get you to put that logo out.
Royalty Beverages, yes. And we're in over 25 stores. around Houston. You can catch us at a lot of fuel depots, but that's Royalty Beverages. And then I own daiquiri shops. Right now we have 2 locations. It's called Daiquiri Explosion at 9223 Main. And at 12805 Cullen. So you can come and check us out. We have the daiquiris to go, drive through. We're open late and everything. I'm also at heart, I'm a mentor and a business consultant. So if you're watching this and you're confused about where to go, where to put your money, just DM me. You know, and I don't have to know you, okay? God is saying, Ro, you can't die with all this information. Give it to somebody, right? So if you're watching this, just contact me, contact Larry, Rick, and they'll get you in contact with me. And I'm on Facebook, Instagram, with any of these companies. You can look them up. My newest venture is a dispensary. It's called Exotic Ground.
Okay.
Okay, it's right next door to my daiquiri shop on Main at 9227. We also deliver. We have the Wake and Bake program. We
Wake and Bake? I like that. Okay.
We open at 7 a.m., baby, and we close at midnight. So, but yeah, so that's a little bit of part of me. As far as my future is concerned, I'm working on a tiny home community in this area, in the NRG area. So I want to create at least 20 spaces for tiny homes. I'm going to only do 12. So I'm offering for my friends, my close friends and family that want to invest to do the other 8.
Yeah.
That's a little bit about me.
No, the great thing about having this type of platform with Larry is that we have the luxury and honor of interviewing so many like-minded business professionals and entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
And one of the questions that I like to ask every week is, and I'll ask you this, Ro, when you think about your upbringing as a young lady, were there other members of your family that were business owners and entrepreneurs that you making credit as far as being an example or a guiding light? Because you have a lot of irons in the fire. And Larry and I are always curious to get a little insight as far as people's backgrounds and what they may have seen growing up that might have inspired them to work in that fashion.
Well, my biggest credit is to my father, who I've never met, who died 2 months before I was born. He was a serial entrepreneur until he passed. And Robert Hopkins, and he had he had 7 businesses when he passed. So I credit it to my genes a lot. My mom was just a natural hustler. I grew up in a hustler environment. LaTanya Brooks was one of my biggest mentors of me growing up, and her aunt Kiana Wiseman. So I was able to see Kiana Wiseman had her business making cards and obituaries, and so I learned that early. My first job was a graphic designer, so I learned that early. Yeah, so I can make my own flyers and I do that kind of thing myself. And if somebody comes to me and we're talking about a business that they want to do and they don't know where to start, I will do you some business cards real quick. Let me get you started real quick. So that's kind of where it comes from. And I have to credit most of it to my genes, because I don't know what my father was doing, honey, but he was doing it.
No,
so,
it's funny.
I kind of started the entrepreneurship in my family as far as brick and mortar. My aunt had in the neighborhood, she was Lola Burger, so right, everybody went and got them a Lola Burger. So and my cousin, she had the daycare. You can go take your child over there so I grew up in those type of environments.
I thank you so much for your transparency and candor, because a lot of times, until we have opportunity to reflect, we don't necessarily understand those building blocks that help to form our foundation. So I want to make sure I ask you this, because I know how it is on Thursday. Larry and I always apologize to our guests because we understand how busy Thursdays can be for business owners like yourself. So for those in our audience that are meeting you for the first time, Ro, that want to tap in, become a part of your movement, support your businesses, how can they get in contact with you? How can they stay in the know? How can they just become a part of everything that Miss Rhodeshia Hopkins-Turner has going on?
Well, my phone number is 713-909-0022. You can just call me. Or you can contact me on Facebook at Rhodeshia Turner or Rhodeshia Hopkins-Turner. On Instagram is Exotic Green. The Refund Center. You can contact me at Royalty Beverages, also on Instagram. So any of those ways you can DM me, and maybe we can get your taxes done. We can talk about your next business or your first business, and we can talk about your dream home. So hit me up and we can get you started. I also, before we go, I also want to make sure that I say that the firefighters out there that receive such a great amount from the city, they need to contact a good tax preparer like myself so that we can help you and tell you what to do with your taxes this year, because it may become such a burden. We don't want you to have to owe money, so I can show you how to help you with that. Okay.
Oh, wow. That's outstanding. Thank you so much for sharing, man. Big shout out to all the firefighters, man. Tap in with Rose. Make sure you get squared away. Go ahead, Larry.
Hey, bro, it's an honor and a pleasure, babe. Thank you so much for being on the show and always just being a great friend.
Thank you so much. Thank y'all for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Queen, man. Enjoy your Thursday, man. Thank you so very much.
Thank you, and big ups to Mike Davis for teaching me so much.
Hey.
Already, that's what's up. Coach Mike gonna love that one. No doubt about it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Have a good day.
Absolutely. You too.
And remember, money never sleeps, baby.
Hey,
you know what it is. That money never sleeps.
Okay, have a good day.
You too. Man, Larry, that was a great interview, man. And you know what?
I want to give a shout out to the firefighters, like she said, the ones in California going through it right now, though.
Man, they going
wildfires everywhere. So shout out to being safe out there. Everybody keep your hands together and say some prayers for the people out in the California area that's dealing with that. And then I think it's the Chicago area that's got a heavy snow presence right now, or I think it's Chicago, one of them cities that get a lot of snow. But shout out to some of them trying to figure it out there.
Nah, man, big huge shout out to them too. Our prayers are with everyone. As far as our guest this week, man, this was a great guest, man. I want to thank Ro for sharing everything that you shared with us, from tax prep, benefits, advantages, and even how you can use it to generate wealth for your family in the future, man. So great thing. I urge everyone in the audience to tap in with her, man. Stop by the Refund Center. Have her take a look at your taxes. You never know. She may be able to find you some money, or like she said, provide you with an opportunity to change your life. Right. What you got going on this weekend, brother? Even though it's cold as all get out outside here in H-Town City.
Yeah, man, it's cold as all get out, man. I got it's W-9 season for me. So these 100+ agents, man, I'm going to be working on these W-9s, getting that stuff worked on. So I'm going to be in the lab. Ain't nobody going to see me out moving around.
He's out in the lab. Look, man, appreciate you for your time. Hey, look, I'm sure everybody at Brooks and Davis appreciate you for getting in the lab on them W-9s. Like Rose say, it's that season, bro. It's that season.
It's that season, no doubt.
Hey, look, on behalf of myself, Ric Davis, and the Texas Real Estate King, Mr. Larry W. Brooks, we want to thank everyone in the Prime Real Estate Network audience for tuning in. As Larry always says, please like, subscribe, share. Helps us in the algorithm and helps us to get this type of education out to the masses. On behalf of myself and the entire team here at Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm, until next week at this same time, please be safe and be blessed.